Military and gaming, I think, is what we're going to go with today. I think you and I discussed about covering a gamut of things under those topics. And it's one that we didn't have to study for.
You said the word study, ironically, because I was roped in because college was in. I was like, yeah, sure, I can do it.
Well, you do have a unique perspective, but we'll get into that in a second. So,
Yeah.
Gilly, did you read the state of the game that Destiny dropped Thursday morning?
Did one of y'all share it? Or no?
Bruto may have. I don't. I didn't.
Is it about them not sunsetting anything anymore?
Yeah, not sunsetting. They've pushed back Witch Queen to early 2022.
Yeah. Then yeah, it's yeah. I read that a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Bruder shared it on the 25th at 12:43 my time. OG chat.
Yeah. There's some promising things in there, but as Dado said this week, trying not to get hopeful because anytime I do, Bungie lets us down.
Yeah.
It was funny though because Dado did a state of the game yesterday, and he was like, "So they're gonna do a world's first for VOG, but I already have world's first for VOG."
I remember y'all talking about that last night. As you can see on on the podium back behind me, there is a wrestling belt sheet of me getting bogged.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
That was.
I was playing Outriders last night. I finally beat that captain's mission. You and I were struggling on brutal. Well, I actually went past that mission and beat uh, the altered boss that you're supposed to fight for the main mission, and then went back and did the captain because I got a rare auto rifle to drop. Made a whole much better, whole different experience with a weapon that actually can do damage.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling Brutal last night. From what I read in the game explanations, that like it's easier if you do it by yourself, but if you do it in a squad, it gets harder. But it's like a little harder because there's more people, but
Mm.
there's better loot drop.
Right. Well, and the thing that I noticed last night after I beat that side mission is that it popped up a message saying that the side missions are replayable for better loot.
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
yeah. Anything that has an exclamation point in the camp, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, this mission's replayable.
Uh, I guess I could be nice and pull your stream up.
She had no tonight.
There's not yet. All right.
Yeah, lyrical. Yeah.
no song lyrics. No, nothing like that's gonna get us hit for DCMA. So yeah, typical stuff.
All right, we ready?
I think we're ready. Let's go.
All right. Good morning, everyone. This is the Midnight Misfits podcast, episode 3. Today, my co-host, Brutal Mastodon, and myself, and we have a guest for today with one of our Misfits, Gilly Assassinate. He'll be joining us, and we'll be talking about the military and video gaming and how those two kind of combine and kind of what civilians don't quite understand about the military. So sit back, enjoy the misadventure guides for today.
Thinking about was, they understand the brotherhood, and that's game. Before we jump into that, though, Arctic, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch at ArcticJag242. You can find me on YouTube at ArcticJag dash Midnight Misfits. Brutal, where can we find you?
Same thing. You guys can see if you follow my Twitch right there. I have a couple different places. Twitch TV.BrutalMastodon. Also on YouTube at Brutal_Mastodon. Facebook at I am the Mastodon. And there is a link to the Ascendance Discord, which we got to shout out the Ascendance Discord from my buddy Matt. A lot of good dudes, a lot of good people around there. Most of them are UK based, so they're on now. I don't know if any of them are in the chat, but yeah, there's some good dudes, and ladies, good dudes. But our guest Gilly, you also stream. So Gilly, where can we find you at?
Yeah, y'all can find me at Gilly Assassin 8 on Twitch as well, and I have YouTube videos up on YouTube as well. I am not as established as these two, but I am trying to get my foot in the door. If need be, I will kick it down, but that's for a later date.
I wouldn't advise kicking.
Says the man with the broken foot.
Well, to be fair, I only fractured the heel in my non-kicking foot, but it is.
Oh, that's right. Gilly fell down the stairs and broke his foot.
Yeah, you fractured your
Correct yourself.
You fractured your heel. I had 2 fractures, 3 torn ligaments, 2 tendons, and a partial.
In a pear tree. No. Well, but to get to our point, though, you were talking about the civilians to a degree understand this. I would throw the argument out there that they don't, because they don't understand the whole. Yes, they sort of understand like the brotherhood, and we do a lot of things, but they don't understand like some of the humor that goes with us. Like, we can just tear each other apart. I mean, you two being Air Force, me being Army, we dog each other all the time. And a person who's not familiar with that or have ever been around people who do a lot of that, they're like, what? And I ran into, and this is what prompted this episode. I ran into this the other night. I was playing with Nurse Cat on Division, and she invited one of her buddies in to play with us to help us out with a mission. And he's a retired special forces medic. And we were just, rambling about various things like AARs and, safety briefs and, things to that nature. And Kat was just completely lost. She was just like, you guys are speaking a foreign language.
they don't understand why. Some people, not to say that they don't understand what struggle is, but they don't understand why, loud noises go off, why we jump, why, when we see certain things or we talk about certain subjects, it makes us cringe. And kind of like, I don't really want to talk about that. Like, oh, you have to, it's good for you. I'm like, no, I think it's better for everybody if I don't talk about certain things.
The class might go better if we didn't.
I don't want to end up, getting kicked out of school.
Well, yeah, but see, it goes the same thing with our humor. I mean, we can see stuff like military stuff that we like. That's funny as shit, and people would be like, that's not funny. Oh yeah, it is.
Right, dark humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dark humor side.
Yeah, yeah. But then again, the commonality we have is, like you alluded to at the beginning of this, is the video gaming. We find common ground in video gaming, but it's also a way for us to kind of relax or find a way to not deal with maybe some demons we may or may not have.
So, guess what?
Uh-oh.
Entire, guess what? 8 minutes, 20 seconds, of me speaking, up until now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you been muted?
Have you been muted?
This is your new thing. Like, this is your new thing. It's like, whenever you're
We're-
hours trying to, whenever you fix up your character to look just right with shaders and stuff, that was called, tuning.
Yeah.
So were you muted on Squadcast, or were you muted on Twitch?
So we muted on the
Oh well, I'm not worried about that then.
I'm pretty sure Squad gets this. But yeah, I just looked down and I was like, why are these bars not filling? Oh crap. I just looked down.
Well, yeah, so you left that
Wow.
and now you are either brutaling or macedoning, however you want to say it, because now you have a tendency to mute yourself without realizing you're muted. Now you have a tendency to...
You're not. He's not the only one, because you've done the same thing, Gilly.
No, I do it. It's just he's more consistent, which is important. I know. No, I do it. It's just
Well, if you
I just rage.
if you're going to do something right, just do it all the way there.
Oh yeah.
I don't do anything half-assed. But, alright, so there it goes. I was really expecting you to be on earlier, and you could have told me I was muted the whole time. There it goes.
Really dropped the ball there, Larry.
Come on, Larry.
Really dropped the ball there, Larry.
Wield the banhammer.
Wield the ban hammer.
Yeah. I mean, Sean only threatened us with it like every other day, but I mean,
I'm pretty sure we got there. But
Well, yeah, because, just real quick, I was gonna say that if there's like I guess like other Twitch streamers, I was gonna say make your own little thing, saying, hey, yeah, welcome to the stream. It's like a little video clip with things and stuff. You can get Thor for in that one scene where it's like, you want me to put the hammer down? Or something like that, and you can like you can ban him or something small like that.
yeah, so I'm not cool enough to have mods. That requires people. You typically, I'm allowed to do one of the stream. Mainly because it's my own. Typically, I'm allowed to do it.
you and me both, man. I have the same problem.
I'm too consistent with my streaming stuff because I'm too
Yeah.
We, talked about the difference between there's some parts of this really nice that get it. There's some that's kind of where that there's a divide that we're talking about.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the. Some of it is, you more so than me because I've been out for a little while. But I mean, you've got, OPSEC stuff that you have to watch out for, and. But yeah, a lot of civilians aren't going to understand, some of what we discuss or talk about. They're just, as we would say in the army, they're just lost in the sauce.
Right. Yeah, and it happens. There could be times when there could be times when say some civilian guys talking about stuff and they're just lost in the sauce. Maybe we don't understand where they're coming from because it's hard for us to make the connection to. Sometimes it's hard to make the connection to civilian because we're so ingrained in a way of life that there's stuff that just go.
One of the,
So
one of the things Doc said, and I kind of led off with it, was that Kat made reference that both Doc and I have been married a few times, and I said, well, the Army doesn't issue wives, and Doc responded back, no, they only issue brothers.
That hits. That hits a certain way.
It does. I mean, it's true. And a civilian's not going to understand that. They're like, what do you mean?
That hits. That hits a certain way.
it's true.
Yeah.
And a civilian's not going to understand it.
No, I did 5. Yeah, sorry, no. But yeah, it's not. It's definitely like you said. Being like going through basic training, and there's guys in there that you will learn to love, and there's guys that you will flow like with almost every fiber. But for the most part, you understand that when you go somewhere. I mean, granted, my basic training is different than y'all's. Mine's a little more lax. The whole when I went in, but you learn that you have to put yourself in somebody else's hands when you go and do things. Already more so than I would say me. I'm not gonna say you were actually deployed. I never deployed. I love it, correct.
Brutal got that Army taste.
Yeah. But no, yeah, because y'all, you can hate somebody before, but you have to realize when it's time to tighten the boots up and go to work, you got to rely on each other. And so you have to. Yeah, because y'all, you can hate somebody. That camaraderie, whether you love them or hate them, you have a sense of like go to work. You got to rely on each other in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So you have to put.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Whether you love them or hate them, you have a sense of like possibly needing them in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Depending on what you're doing. Learning to trust is, I think, one of the hardest things coming out of service. Learning to trust others.
Yep.
And I'm still active. You guys have been out for even for me, it's hard for me to trust people that I've got people that around the military, and that's kind of funny that I do that. Being in the military, usually will surround myself with people who are former. I actually don't think I have, except for a couple. I don't think I have any pure civilian friends nothing to do, period, in the military. Maybe a small half of a handful. But generally, most of my friends on Facebook, or whatever, have something to do with the military. And I think that's an interesting point because you surround yourself with almost like-minded people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like my job right now, working for Office of Emergency Management, like 99% of the people in that office and 100% of the people in my section are either prior military or retired military. So, I mean,
And Gilly, I'm sure it's kind of difficult for you, being out, and ever since you left, Alaska, now you're down there in little Tejas.
Yeah.
And, it's gotta be
With the big freeze.
Yeah, it's Alaska Junior. And, it's got to be difficult.
With the big freeze.
First off, I couldn't imagine being ingrained in such a system. So, I mean, how you two have done what you've done. First off, I don't know. It would drive me batshit crazy.
your time is coming.
It is coming. I will eventually retire, but and that's gonna maybe be our time because you guys got out. It is coming. It wasn't. You got out early. That's the other thing. But you got out at a decent time, and whereas me, I'm gonna have 20-something years of this pumped into me.
Well, but see, Gilly's in a little better shape than I am because, Gilly's still, of the three of us right now, Gilly's the youngest of the three of us.
Oh yeah. I'm not
So,
even 30 yet.
yeah.
I'm not there yet.
But see, I did 10 years in law enforcement and then went into the Army and did my time in the Army and then got out. And you talk about being messed up because, I tell you today that I still don't know what I want to do because there's nothing that matches the camaraderie and the brotherhood that law enforcement and military have. I'm like, it seems like everybody's out to get everybody in a civilian job, and there's no, cohesive teamwork or bonding that's affiliated with a civilian job that you have in law enforcement and military.
You're not wrong. And I look for that too as I get closer to retirement. I'm looking at when I go into the store. I don't know if you guys do this. Maybe it's just me and I'm weird. But when I go into a store, I look at how the employees interact. I look at how the people interact around them. I look at how the managers interact with the people. I look at how the people that they deal with, that weird sense of detail, that weird attention to detail that we picked up. I look at that stuff and I'm like, all right, how are these guys interacting with their employees, with their customers? Is this can I relate that to the military? How do I interact with my subordinates? And I always tell my guys it's easier to work with somebody like so I want to make that environment to a point. I want to make it fun, but I want to also instill the fact that if you don't get crap done, there's going to be work.
Right.
You guys that work for me, you understand that now. But yeah, and I try and find that honestly, there may be aside from a couple places, I don't really see a whole lot of places that interact like you do. One, probably because most of them would be sued for all kinds of everything with the language and the terms we use. But
Massive HR complaints.
Have a vet run HR.
Well, it's like the Army having like the EO complaint guy being the most unpolitically correct person in the unit. We're just going to stick this guy as the EO rep. You're just like, but he's the one that causes all the problems.
You don't learn today.
yeah, it's like that. You go to it and you're like, sir, such and such told me to
You don't learn today.
speeders off your stuff. I'm like, well, keep them off your stuff.
Right? Right?
And then when I told him I was gonna ride him up, man, I beat my own face.
Yep.
You know,
Half fright, face.
so even in today's answer, it's evolving into a very not necessarily political piece, but it's
Do
getting there.
do any of you guys watch the YouTube channel Angry Cop?
I watched some of his videos.
All right, did you guys Brutal? Did you see his most recent one that I think he put out this week about?
The Marine Corps one?
Well, yeah, he had his Marine Corps Angry Cop shirt on.
No, I didn't see that. I was the Marine Corps one.
So the gist of this one is, and I won't completely spoil it, but it is some TikTok person, probably a spouse of some colonel, would be my guess. I mean, she basically went on a rant about things that are dangerous in the military for females. Well, so she starts off. Yeah. Well, she starts off the rant with, they've got to worry about, sexual assaults and blah, 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 which they do. I mean, as a paralegal in the Army, I don't know how many cases I help prosecute of females getting drunk and getting sexually assaulted or raped or whatever. And so, but anyway, but aside from that, she said there were 5 things that were the most dangerous than, being sexually assaulted in the military. And one of those things was pants.
I'm sorry, what?
Pants. And her logic is because unlike men who can just undo the fly and go do their business, women have to completely disrobe in the battlefield to do their business.
I mean, I can see that, but yeah, I can see.
You'll have to watch it because it was funny. He went on the biggest rant ever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
But I mean, it's stuff like that though. I mean, people don't understand. Like, there are more important things that are of danger to females than something like that.
Yeah, a lot.
So there's that disconnect, and sadly, the only way people are going to understand some of this stuff is they would have to do it themselves.
Yeah, so the
By the way, I like your Mario ringtone. I'm just saying.
like,
Is that Zelda? Sorry.
get it correct. Jesus.
Sound like Legend of Zelda from Peace.
Sorry.
Sound like Legend of Zelda from Peace. You're gonna ban him over something that's not even on our console that we play.
So,
You're gonna ban him over something that's not even on our console that we play.
some of these times, known spouses in the past that, they say stuff and you're sitting there like, known spouse, right? Or I knew somebody, they would talk and they would say stuff and you're like, where'd you get that information from? And they're like, oh, the pizza guy. I'm like, really? Oh, such and such delivered pizza to this place and they were telling me about it. I'm like, well, you might want to tell your little pothead driver to shut the hell up.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was like, and I actually had, it was funny, I think the funniest thing ever was, I'll still one time. She said, yeah, when I was driving, I have, or whenever I deliver, I can deliver directly to this place on the, I was like, that's cute, no you can't. She's like, yeah, because I have access to that information to this, and I was like, okay, let's talk about this. Did you see that big sign that says authorized permission, whatever? There you go now.
In today's headlines, Domino's car on the flight line is shot full of holes.
But and this was one of those things you try and tell people too. Kind of going back to that disconnect. Like, you can't do. This was one of those things you try and tell people. Well, why can't you? Well, because such and such says you can't. Well, that's silly. I should be able to. It's free country. Like, well, why can't you? Time out. Time out. It is a free country, yes, but as soon as you sign on the dotted line, you are now part of it.
Yeah.
Would you? Is a free country?
You are at the will and the needs of the military.
Yes, and as such, you give up your freedoms.
Well,
They're. I cannot express my political views openly in writing because I'm not allowed.
Yep.
I cannot, and no matter if I like the president or if I don't, openly in writing because my boss, and that is that. And no matter if I like the president or if I don't. To put it in writing, defamatory writing, or libel or whatever you want to call it. To put it in writing. But to put that down on that is, I can do that. It's not done.
yeah.
So it's one of those things I can't really say this thing.
Well, I mean, and even some active duty people or reservists or National Guards. Yeah, I mean, we can't really leave out the weekend warriors in this discussion, but I mean, like, look at the January 6th storming of the Capitol. Like, I know for a fact there are multiple court-martials going on as we speak.
Yeah, because people are stupid, and they're like, I'm gonna go do this, and I'm also gonna tell everybody that I'm an active duty member of the military. It's like, all right, you're an idiot. First off,
Well, it's my right.
yeah, and that's what I kind of laugh about that. And that's one of those things. This is what I don't understand. So like, oh, well, you can say this, or hey, let's go do this. And that's what I kind of laugh about that. And that's one of those things. Yeah.
Let's go on a road trip. I'd love to, but I can only go 100 miles. Sorry.
I can't go 3 hours outside the local area. Let's go on a road trip. And you wonder why military friends don't go anywhere on the weekend? That's why.
They can't.
It's not that we don't want to. Trust me, I'd love to go to Santa Fe for a weekend, but I gotta get permission to go.
Well, I mean,
New Orleans, it's like you can't.
I will say that when I was in, I used to break that rule all the time. Ours was 150 miles, which could get you just, when I was stationed in Colorado, get you just north of Denver. But we went to Estes Park, which is a good 3.5 hours away, like all the time. We just didn't ever tell command we went.
Well, now, yeah, but we just
I know. Well, see, when I got stationed up here in Alaska, though, my company commander's like, "Hey, you need to like friend me on Facebook," and I'm like, "No." He's like, "Well, why?" And then he got mad. And he's like, "Well, why not?" Because I don't want you knowing what I do on my personal time.
So I have a friend, and this is touching back on the whole disconnect from military. I have a friend. So I have a friend. He's a very good friend of mine. I met him here at the college. He's a former very good friend of mine. And his outlook on everything is that, I mean, yes, he was a part of the veterans here, but he wasn't like active in it because yes, he was a part of I don't want to say this the wrong way. He wasn't like active in it because no. It's not like word it, but I think friendly or not language. The best way I can describe it right now without forming it in a better sentence is friendly or non-friendly language. Us as veterans who are out right now, it's forming it in a better sentence is being with other veterans. It's like it's a safety net.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of which is understandable. But I mean at the same time, it's like to grow as a person, you need to step out of your bounds. But I mean at the same time and like mingle with the populace, so to speak. And so he he was mingle with the populace. He was very good friends with everybody in the veterans program here. But I think he interacted more with the younger classmates in his classes so he could learn from them, get different perspectives of how they see the world and stuff like that, because that helps you grow as a person.
Right.
Which, I mean, I know, granted, most of us are all 25 and older. I mean, I'll be 29 this year. Y'all are in your 30s.
A little bit higher than that.
And possibly 40s. I didn't want to wrap you out.
I'll be 45.
See the look. I don't know if you can see the look of giving me.
I don't have my thing up
Well,
either.
it's on Twitch. Maybe if you
Oh my, you're gonna guilt me. Anyway,
Well, I'll be 45 in April, so I mean,
just turned 36.
all right. Well, congratulations to the both of you. But yeah, like, anyways, like I was saying, like, if you keep yourself confined in that safety net, you're never going to progress as a person. So his mindset was, regardless of being, having 10 years or kids coming in, go out and, be a part of the classroom, be a part of them, and interact and see how they, so you can better be a part of society, if that makes sense.
Sometimes the safety net is there for their
right.
Yeah, and trust me, he knows.
Well, I mean, I don't,
Former Marine, he knows.
I don't completely disagree with him, but I would tell you, like, well, Brutal, you know this with Team Red, White, and Blue. I know this with Team Rubicon. That is our safety net. Like, we, Team Rubicon, I'll go with that one because I know that one better than I knew Team Red, White, and Blue. But Team Rubicon, that was basically a savior for several vets because they were struggling with the demons of deploying and things that they'd done in Iraq and Afghanistan and things like that. So, I mean, there's countless stories of where that veteran community saved lives because the vets needed a place that they could go that people understood, because most civilians don't.
Yeah, and you bring up a very good point. Most civilians, the one thing that I guess the military and the civilian side kind of have in
Correlation?
one thing that they have in common with each other is correlation. For a lot of us, gaming is that, and for most of us, it's that break from trying to reality.
It's an outlet.
Yeah, it is. It's a break from it's an outlet. Yeah, and some of that stuff, I carry it around that baggage for years, for almost 8 years. I carry it around this stuff. I got help for it. And while I was in that zone, gaming had nothing to do with it. While I was in that helped me, kind of, it helped me with those demons. It helped me, kind of deal with that stuff that I was going through. It helped me with those demons. Having a bad day, or if I was, angry about something, and I deal with that stuff. And I play, and I take that frustration out, not on something physical, just maybe like, but yeah, yeah, we've heard you been there. But yeah, and that kind of that's the one thing that gaming gives to people. And that's why when people come back and they're like, oh, video game, and this and that, it's like, no, we're not.
They prevent violence for us.
They do. Now sometimes, there may be some that are over the top, but you're
prevent
buying
violence for us.
at your risk, knowing.
Right.
You know, if I go see this Ready
Yeah, yeah.
outlet for us. It's a way for us to kind of connect with each other. We stay in contact with each other. Yeah, yeah. Stay in contact with peers. But we talk every day.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, literally almost every day.
Well, I mean, look.
You guys wouldn't talk, but you know what?
Okay, fine, be that way. But I mean, just look at the misfits. I mean, there's you, there's me, there's Gilly, there's Lawfer, there's Crow. So out of I've yeah, Jenks, okay. So out of the what we got 12 people in misfits now. So
Oh yeah.
Sue, yeah, Sue. So there's 7 of the 12 are military.
Oh yeah.
And then that doesn't count from when we were in Scourge when we had Fuse and was it Tim?
Sean and Kim.
Well, Sean and Kim weren't military.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah.
But they were. And this is what I was talking about earlier. They were Philly because
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sean Daz was retired Air Force or Army, one of the two.
But yeah, so it's Lyric is our only. But yeah, so it has absolutely nothing to do with military.
Besides us.
So Lyric said something to me last night that kind of stuck and hit, and I'm gonna pull it out.
Besides us.
It's something to do with this episode too. We were talking about this and how we get on and get it together and try and do that big 12-man blitz with the two.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And she was like, yeah, we don't have 12 people. Right. That'd be awesome.
Good.
She goes, LG is dangerous. We don't have 12 for a game like that. Right. And I was like, it kind of hit me on the good. She goes, why? She goes, although having military people around would help because you guys tend to not take that cash. That stuck with me when she said that. I was like, she can, we are weird.
To put it mildly,
But she can be, she is, the fact that she is free to be herself around us because she knows that we're going to accept her because of our diverse backgrounds. And that's what the military does, is they accept you because of your diverse background. Right? I don't hate on people. I'm sure there are there's horrible dudes, but we don't hate on each other for our background. So we will accept people for who they are easier than lots of people.
well, yeah, and much like being in the military, there are days that somebody's gonna get under your skin. But when it comes down to it, like if we did an LFG and somebody was, picking on Lyric or saying not nice things to Lyric, there's not one of us in Misfits that wouldn't jump in and shut that shit down just to because we're not gonna tolerate it.
Yeah, no, it's Lyric. If you can hear this, you're one of our own. You're in the fold. No, it's there is no escape. Lyric, if you can hear this,
It kind of goes
you're one of our own.
Gil, you're in class with one.
There is no escape.
So, there's got to be times when how awkward is that for you? Sitting in that class with, there's got to be 20-somethings. You're the old man of the group.
So it's.
But you've got the most. You probably got the most life experience too. And that's something that bugs me too. Hang on, let me get in here. One of the things that bothers me a lot is, and I get people have a lot of life experience. Everybody's got something that they've gone through in life that is just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's almost safe to say that there's a lot of military guys that go through more stuff in the amount of time that they're in.
Yep.
Oh no, yeah. Because this is something I always like to tell, and this is probably not accurate at all, but I always tell people this. It's like this is something when you're in the military, I always like to tell your age not accurate at all, but I always stays the it progresses when you're the same, in the military, but your age, the wear and tear on your body, and possibly your mind you multiply it every year by 5. So I'm in. Yeah, it's the yeah, and so I mean, I haven't been ran through the ringer as much as y'all do, but granted, yeah, you know, I mean, I haven't been ran through the ringer. I'm just saying, I'm giving granted, you're due credit. Y'all have done more than me. I went to one base. I went on two DUIs. I've been to two other countries. Y'all have done more than me. With that being said, me being a low toe, you know, a weapons loader, I have a slight degenerated disc in my back. I thought I had tinnitus, but
Yeah, but
that random I have a slight ear ringing that your body does every now and then. But no, yeah, it's stuff like that. It's the wear and tear on it, and y'all have been in longer than me.
Yeah.
Y'all have experienced more.
but the,
Yeah.
no, we don't want to compare injuries because you and I are neck and neck for injuries. But
I got out pretty almost scot-free.
but see,
With all due respect, I come out pretty scot-free for my 5 years of service.
I'll let Arctic.
I do. But if you look at it though, I mean, yeah, Gilly, you went to one duty station, a couple of TDUIs, and a couple trips overseas to do whatever. Most people don't venture outside the United States.
And I'm lucky to have gone to those.
So in that respect, you're so far ahead of people as far as life experience because you've been to other countries, you've experienced other cultures. You know, and Brutal, Gilly, you guys are probably in the same boat. I know people from my hometown that have never left my hometown. And I don't understand that. Like that boggles my mind. Like, how can you live your entire life from birth to death basically in the same spot? Like
I don't know. That's a good point. I've 2.5 years sitting here thinking about. That's a good point. I was like, that might be easier to name the countries I haven't been to. I've been. Shit. Let's see. U.S., Canada, Iceland, Greenland, UK, Ireland, Bulgaria, just all of them. I have been all over the dang world 3 times over. All of them. Actually, the only place I haven't been all over Africa, I've been South America. That's it.
you really don't want to go to Africa.
I don't know, man.
Just to say you did it, maybe.
Just to say that was all a bit gibberish. I don't know, man. That's the only reason I was there.
But I mean,
So the point is, yes, we travel all over the world. We see different customs, cultures, and so the point is, I mean, honestly, ask any of us, what's Cocos in Japan, Gilead.
Oh yes, Coco.
These things, I've eaten on the local economy.
Oh yes, Coco.
And it's just, I've had literally, African women that made the freshest naan bread you'll ever get. It was literally amazing. It's better than anything in a 5-star restaurant. And it didn't blow up.
that's always a plus.
Jeez.
But they were my interpreter. That's always a plus. They were really cool. They were my interpreter.
Yep.
But and that's the thing is we experience these different cultures. We experience they were really cool. May not be but we try not to hate people for it. Because they can't help it. They can't help it. We try not to. Yeah, I've got cousins that, because they try and lecture you on something of the ways of the world. And like, okay, sit down because you don't have a state, you don't have a dog in this fight. Try and lecture you on something. You've been outside of this country. You may have been like to 1 or 2 states or a couple places here and there. But you've been outside of this country. You may have been like.
Well, the old saying still exists. If you if you have a problem with the belief system in this country or this country in general, go to another country and spend a month or 2 there, and then come back and be like, oh, this is so much better.
Yeah, you may leave and not be able to come back.
Right.
You know, it's there's some things that it's just you won't be able to go to another country. And there's some country, I won't name the countries, that you'll go to and you'll try and stand up and say, I don't like that about the country, and they'll never find you again.
Yep. Or you'll be sitting in a prison cell for the rest of your life.
You know, or you may say, well, I do or don't like this certain demographic of people. You know, you may say, well, I
Yep.
do or don't
Yeah,
like.
it's crazy.
But to bring this back full circle, because we really haven't touched on it a whole lot this episode, but the whole concept of gaming in the military. So, it's an outlet for us. It's a way to have some sort of community. But even active duty, like even the military is getting into the whole gaming thing with esports. A couple of my units I was with got heavily involved in esports, and they have every 3 months they have an esport competition. I think they were doing Call of Duty this last time around, but so gaming's even working its way into the mainstream military.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who wants me to get involved with the Air Force gaming. He wants to play Warzone. And I was like, I don't know. I said, well, my first question was, do I have to be sober playing it?
That's an important question.
It is an important question, considering our only win was when you were drunk.
I still don't know. I think it was, like I said, Ultra Instinct from Dragon Ball Z. It was just like completely autonomous movement.
Yeah, for Warzone, it's when you're drunk, and for Destiny, it's when you're livid to the point you don't even want to talk to anybody right now.
I don't know what happened. I blacked out.
It's when you're livid. Which one?
21 and 0.
Oh yeah, that game. Which one?
So,
Oh yeah. Anyways.
But it,
I have a feeling I made somebody quit gaming that day.
oh no! That would have been the day that Titan teabagged you, and you spent the entire match chasing him.
Every time I saw him, it was either a shotgun or a Nova bomb, and then just sweeping up the ashes later.
Do, 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 do.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, that was on the head. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I believe you might have had 2 kills for him, and then the rest of the game it was like you were fighting your.
Well, no, because because I was chasing him, and he's like, no, he's mine. Okay.
That can be kind of petty sometimes.
That's part of the reason why we love you.
But this kind of goes into it, right? Like I said, our gaming, our chats we're having right now. This kind of goes into it, right? This is why gaming is such an outlet for military people, because it brings out the funny side of it. It brings out the goofy stuff, and it lets us cut loose from
Everyday grind.
everyday grind, and you're having a crappy time doing something, or whatever. You can jump on and game with your buddies, and make somebody else's life miserable, I guess.
Yeah, I feel bad for that. I've gotten better over the years, but whenever we first got together, like he was always like, babe, you get kind of loud and angry, and it kind of scares me. But like, I leave you alone because I know that's your outlet for the day. And I was like, but I've gotten better.
You are loud and angry.
I know. Like I was, like if you recall years ago, I was worse. Like I was. If you recall years ago, like I can't take my control. Like kind of like slamming them on the ground and or.
I don't know. There was that day that Lawfer busted his controller, and it wasn't even his.
I counted 3 for Gilly. Not that I have a mental controller count. I'm up to.
I haven't done that since.
This is one. That one's pretty much toast. Actually, that one's not that bad. The vibration doesn't. That's the one that the vibration doesn't work on it anymore. That one's not that bad. The vibration does. That's the one that happens. I destroyed one. Actually, there's not a match of Iron Banner. I completely destroyed one, and even when it was so bad that thing exploded, and when I moved out of Alaska, I still couldn't find all the pieces of that controller.
Oh, I remember that match.
I don't know where that button went. I was missing the L2 button. I was like, cool. You're in the controller because I don't know where all the pieces are.
I remember that match. Yep.
Actually, I think I threw my shoulder out. I slammed that thing so hard.
You did. You just like, and my controller disintegrated.
I don't have it. It just blew up. So, we do get mad. There's times, but, it's a good outlet to have. Gaming is a good outlet to have. I know it's helped me a lot. I'm sure it's helped you guys
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Dealing with things. And there's some times when I'm like, I don't feel like talking to anybody. So I'll just, I'm offline. I'm doing my own thing. I'm just kind of taking a breather. And,
Well, speaking of that, with just a couple minutes left in our podcast, so what games are you playing right now, Brutal?
So I'm getting back into Destiny 2, I guess, a little more enthusiastically. I've been playing in the past week. I've been playing the Outriders demo. That one's a lot of fun. And I've been playing the Hunter Call of the Wild. I picked it up, for it was like $40 for all the DLCs for it or whatever. But I've been playing that one. It's silly, it's a completely non-realistic hunting game. But it's kind of fun. You get on there and shoot some stuff and outdoors.
Did you do retro streaming this week?
No, I didn't because of the injury. I did not. I will, but this Thursday, I'm thinking retro streaming is probably going to be either Castlevania, Medieval, or Destiny 1.
Ooh, Destiny 1. That could be fun.
Might be able to get some people on and do some old raids or something.
Yeah. Gilly, what are you playing right now?
When I can, D2. I'm on War Thunder every now and then. When I can, if we can get people on it, I'll be back into Apex Legends and PUBG. If you want, I'll be back into Apex Legends and Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer. Now that they have a multiplayer for it, World of Warships, Warzone. Whenever week 3 or whenever many get on. Hunter Call of the Wild as well. Pretty good. World of Tanks, and then I will eventually finish Chapter 4 of Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. That'll be the end of that game. I will eventually finish everything I've been dipping back into of late when I have time.
Yeah, Apex is fun, man. I like Apex. It's I think already you played that one.
Yeah, it's not nearly. It's okay. Like I'd rather play Call of Duty or PUBG. Yeah, it's not nearly. But not since the last time me and Kim played.
To be honest, PUBG is. I'm not as big into PUBG as I am in Warzone.
Yeah, now that you actually won a match.
I've won matches in PUBG though. Won matches in Apex. I don't know. I just PUBG is too. It's just too damn boring. It really is. Like it's just so boring because come on. I mean, you're going over like expand, huge area where you're not going to see anybody. Whereas Warzone's right there, it's in your face. And honestly, the chances of me getting more drunk trying to find people in PUBG is probably higher than it is in Warzone. I'm going to spend more time drinking in PUBG than I am in Warzone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I definitely think there should be a raid night happening, at least D1 raid night. if not a D2 raid night.
Should Lyric's getting back in the Destiny 1. So there's 4.
We got to get her.
I
We
was
could
helping
4
her
man a
with
D1
that
raid.
There's no way.
I was helping her with that. Dude, you could like either of you two could solo Bog.
No.
Dude, you could,
No.
wait, like either of that since then.
Yeah. Or Oracle will tear you up.
Yep.
That sucks. I was about because I didn't know if they fixed it or not because all those videos from all those years ago it was just people just warlocking and just using
It used to
resurrection.
be.
They fixed
Yeah,
it
you
or
used to
not.
be able to.
All those videos from all
Can't
those
anymore,
years
just like
ago,
Crota.
just
You
people
know, you
just
can't go across the
using resurrection though.
can't go across the bridge anymore with a sword.
I miss Crota. The two of my favorite raids were Crota's End and King's Fall. I mean, they're both Hive and Taken, but you know I don't care. They were my favorites. I mean, they're both Hive and Taken, but you know I don't care.
Yeah.
I think Hive is my favorite and my favorite.
I still remember where all the chests are in King's Fall too.
I think Hive.
We could 4 man King's Fall. Where's your sense of challenge, Brutal? Come on now. All right. Well, I think that's about our time for today. So,
Yeah, parting shots.
I just want to do a quick shout out to the Misfits. So they just, ever growing. Everybody's starting to jump on the bandwagon and start streaming and stuff. So it's good to see that the Misfits are continuing to grow.
Eventually, we'll get everybody up and on cameras, and we'll live stream a whole raid that way.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. So
I'll have one of those digital anime characters to in place of me so I can hide my face.
Nerd.
I'll have once I reach
Oh, wait.
inevitable famedom.
oh yeah.
That's what we should.
What-
That's what we should do.
Once I reach that
Goofy
inevitable
looking character
famedom.
things instead of.
Those little CGI anime characters that
Yeah.
in place of you.
A friend of mine that does that. We're gonna ask him about that.
yeah.
Those little CGI anime characters.
Alrighty, gentlemen. Well, it's been fun as usual for our Sunday podcast. So, Gilly, thanks for joining the podcast this weekend.
No, yeah, thanks for having me on here. That way I can postpone the inevitable homework of mountain I have to do. No, yeah, thanks for having me on
Yeah, so
here.
we
That
can
way I
do
can
that too.
postpone the inevitable homework.
Yeah, but you're broken and on meds, and
Yeah. Speaking of that, it's about nap time.
It's Ferguson time.
It is nap time.
3 hours later.
It's Ferguson time.
So, but anyway, Brutal, always good to have these chats on Sundays.
Oh yeah. Look forward to the next one 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
I don't know. We're next episode.
I don't know. I have to think about that one. Mostly, it's episodes come to me as I'm doing stuff. Like this one was playing a game with a couple people. So I mean,
I don't know what the. Hey, if anybody's got any suggestions, drop us a link.
Yeah.
Drop us a whatever a message.
even
DM.
even if it's a Q&A, like that could be fun.
That could be. No, the other thing is we have to get more stinking viewers.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I think we're gonna need more viewers for that, but before we
But yeah. All right.
But no math questions, please.
Oh, how about German questions?
I will have my camera off and I will have my German book in front of me.
All right. Well, you guys, thanks for being around this weekend. I will talk to you guys probably later tonight. So
All right, yeah.
All right, guys.
later.
See you later.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. All right.
And we're out.
Take care.
Stream's